An old tale tells that a long time ago, the shepherds had to leave to reach the lands of the sun. It was winter, and if all the animals should have stopped there for long, they would have suffered, starved, and frozen. So the men began their journey through the impervious land with no map and no guide, pursuing 4 different directions. But God was so merciful to show them a great green path. Easy was for the shepherds to find the way to the land of the sun and the one heading them back home on the way back in spring.
Chi lo diceva alle pecore che era il momento di partire?
Who was the one to state that it was time to leave? And who was the one to sentence that it was the right time to come back home? Who is the one who tells to the birds that it's time to migrate? And who is the one to say to the birds which is the path to follow?
L'uomo che apriva I recinti. Il segnale era già nell'aria.
In any case, the animals could feel that the time to move was coming. They could feel it in the air, in their paws, and in their call. They were impatient. A long way to walk, rest for a little while, and then wake up and walk again.
Danzose di prima, nonostante la strada alle spalle.
Tratturo, and again tratturo. But the destination gets closer and closer step by step. The climate changes during the way.
Dalla grassa verde erba a portata di bocca.
Different scents come from the environment. The grass becomes greener. Transumanza. Each day was always the same. Wake up each day a little more tired, collect the herds, drive them and keep them safe until the end of the road. Keep the count of the days and the hours and the step. Then eat fast and sleep with an open eye of the earths. Heritage of milk, wool and meat.
Un fischio ai cani e solo sognare.
A whistle to the dogs, and just a dream, at the end of this journey, that a tender and long hug of fathers, sons and wife. Great lands divide families for 6 months. Eyes focus on the Tratturo, this green path that points to the horizon and reaches the sky.
La lunga via del cuore.
The long path of the heart, this indestructible connection which collects souls, emotion and missing desires. Or at least, this was what the travelers pretend to think to erase the sense of this missing.
Il nostro figlio è cresciuto nell'azienda agricola.
Our son grew up in this factory. At the very beginning, we had to push him towards this life. But then, little by little, he fell in love with his life, with all these values. He is in love with the way the day passes, with the healthy food. He's in love with everything.
Storia del passato. Infilarsi gli scarponi oggi.
It is always a pleasure to put the boots and walk onto the path of the past and collect step by step all the reminiscence of an ancient time and be overwhelmed by a warm hug of common good vibes and connect with nature in the shade of the castle and ruins.
Tempo che fu, all'ombra dei siti sannitici, dei castelli medievali.
The aim of the castle of Pescolanciano, built on the rocks around the 20th century on the way of the Tratturo Castel di Sangro Lucera, was to defend and host, check and control the territory and the herds. An art, with his ceramic factory, as perfect as the one of
La sua
Capodimonte.
fabbrica di raffinate ceramiche in competizione con quelle della napoletana Capodimonte.
Rumors say that the fire of the 1778 was malicious, nullifying the artistic dream of Duke d'Alessandro.
Doloso, vanificando tra le fiamme l'artistico sogno del duca d'Alessandro. Non era affatto raro
Very often, you could hear shepherds down the starry sky to recite the Orlando Furiosos and the Paladins of Francis verses to kill time and not be overwhelmed by sadness.
E dei Paladini di Francia. Altri forse.
Some others, instead, used to verify the stories and the legend of the place while they were passing, woods, rivers and castle. Maybe, who knows, in their minds, the wind whistling through the richest castle reminded them the voice of Costanza of Chiarodimonte, rejected by King Ladislao and forced to marry one of his knights.
Ripudiata dal re Ladislao.
Or maybe, if they could hear the name of Fata's husband echoing after Fata's screaming for help, once she was taken out of her conjugal bed and forced to be one of the Duke of Castropignano and accomplished to all the duties a woman should do on the first day of marriage.
Per castello di Castropignano per soggiacergli ed esercitare lo ius prime noctis.
To avoid that, she jumped out of the window into the deep,
lanciandosi nello strapiombo, così denominato cantone della fata. In alcune notti
some say that they could still hear her moaning.
Un ponte.
A bridge, a river. This is another place where sheep used to restore and get ready to continue their journey towards Puglia.
Per I pastori verso
Shepherds too used this place to set their minds in order to get ready for this long and cold winter travel.
Andare per chissà quanto tempo. Ma un ponte.
Sometimes water used to stop this journey, so how blessed was a bridge?
Le pecore a lavare prima del taglio della lana.
Summer was completely different because sheep used water to bath before being shaved. The first was pushed inside and all the others used to follow.
Un ponte oggi.
Today, a bridge is a symbol of eras, ancient tradition and ancient values. How wonderful would it be? Walk by looking on the other side, with no rush, resting on a bridge for a little while, take a look around, look the water flowing, and think about the source that gives us a common identity.